Yeah, I saw some clip on me and Mike Tyson just having a disagreement. And I think somehow it was like, does Brendan Schaub really think he can beat up Mike Tyson?
Well, I'll answer it. Want me to answer it?
It's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, man. I'm trying to be cool.
Brendan Schaub, the gift who keeps on giving. So Brendan Schaub was on his podcast yesterday talking about how he could beat up Mike Tyson. And because a lot of people respect Mike Tyson due to what he's done for the boxing game or combat sports game in general, a lot of people are losing their minds over this. So we're going to dive into the argument. Can Brendan Schaub, former UFC heavyweight prospect, not the best heavyweight, but he did have some decent wins, could he beat Mike Tyson, whether it's Brendan Schaub and Mike Tyson in the prime, or even Brendan Schaub and Mike Tyson right now? Make sure you comment all your thoughts down below as we go. Also, guys, big thank you for all the love and support on me in real life videos the last month. I've wanted to do more in real life content, and I was a little bit unsure about it because most people subscribe for the reaction content, but I just want to say thank you because I honestly didn't expect them to do as well as they have done. If you haven't seen any of these videos, I'll pop the playlist up in the top corner or at the bottom of the description. And shout out to all of you legends who've been streaming my latest tune. Yeah, I make music. I have done for a long time before this YouTube channel even existed. Link down below if you want to check it out. Anyway, Brendan's always been vocal that he doesn't think Mike Tyson is one of the greatest boxers of all time.
Yes, when he was 19, that guy was a monster, still not top 5.
And there's a lot of people out there who share this opinion. Now, despite that, he still did an interview with Mike about 4 years ago, and Brendan had nothing but praise for Mike. But Mike was pretty crazy in that interview. I think Mike knows that Brendan doesn't like him. This clip from that interview makes me laugh every time.
You need money.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. When I heard you do it, I'm like, why?
And then I said, because sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. My mind tells me I'm a bitch. If you think you're fly and you walk around the baddest man in the planet, why don't you fight that motherfucker? But why don't you just go right there and spit in his face? That guy right there. That's my mind. Fucks with me, nigga. Whoa! Whoa!
You still got fire, man.
Whoa! And I'm saying, why are you fucking with me? Leave me alone. I don't want to fuck with these people.
Yeah. Like, every person on this planet thinks Mike Tyson's one of the baddest motherfuckers to ever do it.
Except for me. You forgot to include that bit, Brendan. And then a couple of years after that, Brendan Schaub, Daniel Cormier, Mike Tyson, and a couple other lads were doing a live fight companion together. And Brendan was constantly disrespecting Mike throughout the entire live stream. Here's that situation, and you guys tell me if Brendan is out of pocket here.
That's the prison rules, Mike.
I'm done.
That's the prison rules.
How you got in shape like that? You were heavy for a while, champ. You got in shape, like real shape.
I did
Not running.
stem cell research. That's what it is, stem cell.
Okay. And that's how you got in shape, though?
Yes.
You running a lot, Mike?
Yeah, on the treadmill.
Treadmill.
Oh, really? I bet you're huffing with them feet.
On the treadmill.
How much you smoke a day, you think?
50. Yeah.
5?
I'm 50. What I do?
Because you don't finish them.
No way, bro.
You won't finish it.
That's why it is. You don't finish them.
Thanks, brother.
You just got unlimited.
Well, he owns the company.
Higby? The Higby?
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike. I
Is that
hate to have
Higby?
money on it.
They're not going to do anything.
You better hope Mike don't learn to kick with that size 14, B-Mars.
Well, y'all gotta stop doing that on this tour. I don't think you like that, man. I don't think
Mike
you like that, man.
Tyson.
You better chill, man. I don't think you like that, man.
It's a
He coming
fine
back.
line.
He coming
You know,
back.
so
Mike's
many
coming
jokes.
back.
He'll get
folks.
mad at you, bro.
Yeah,
And then once he gets mad, it's over. Once he gets mad, it's over.
I got him now. He's slow. Bam.
You don't want those problems.
No, bro. You don't want those Mike Tyson problems.
Nothing a double leg can't figure out.
And then things escalate a little bit more when the conversation turns to who is the greatest boxer of all time and if Mike Tyson could beat someone like Tyson Fury. Now pay attention because the question is asked to Mike Tyson, not to Brendan Schaub, but Brendan does have a real bad habit of interrupting.
Jelly beans compared to like a sweet potato. The jelly beans give you amazing energy and they get you fired up
time.
for 20 minutes. Yeah. And then you realize like that's not sustainable.
I don't know if
but
that
a
ever
sweet
goes
potato,
away,
you know, you're like learning how to.
I don't know if it ever goes away. I always have it. It's just controlling the monster. Like the chip on my shoulders, I couldn't tell you how tall it is. Every day, this morning, you know.
Right, so this is where Brendan pokes the bear and clearly, visibly upsets Mike.
Tyson in his prime versus Fury in his prime. Who wins, Mike? That's the question.
Mike, before you answer, this is no disrespect to me.
He big, Mike.
Technically wise, Fury can go defense, his footwork's he's big. To me, as far as technique wise, Fury's the best we've ever had.
Oh, wow.
What you
Now,
think, Mike?
Tyson hits the hardest we've ever had.
Mike,
He might try to
Mike.
lean on you. Mike try to grab you, lean on you.
I don't know.
He's real good at that,
You
right?
know, Mike.
Fury's
I'm
real good
tired
at
of you being so
Fury's footwork's
honorable, so
Fury's big, bro.
respectable,
Fury's 300
so
pounds.
humble. Fury in his prime, Tyson in his prime, who wins? Tell the people the truth.
Listen. Just him being Tyson Fury shows my greatness.
You know they did name him after Tyson. Mike Tyson
shows my greatness.
Yeah, shows his greatness.
No,
that's
they
good.
named him after Mike Tyson.
I don't care. His name is Tyson. Named after the greatest fighter ever lived.
Greatest fighter ever lived. Right there. The wonder, I love Mike Tyson. He's one of my best friends in the world now.
We got some Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Daniel Cormier, so funny. You seen how cheesed off Mike was there, fuming at Brendan. He even started moving his hands. Just him being called Tyson shows how great I am. A lot of people might not have seen this clip, that's why I'm giving you the backstory here. So then after this, Mike stands right in front of Brendan and just stares him down. Brendan knows that Mike's staring at him, but he doesn't make eye contact.
You forget it's on the grill, and that bitch turned black, that's me. I'm done. I'm overcooked and done.
You done?
I'm done.
You officially retired.
Man, I retired 2 years ago almost.
Never coming back.
I ain't coming back.
DC's crushing.
You done?
I want to do this with you.
All right.
Bubba Watson?
Hey, Yuri, we love you, brother. We're rooting for you. I'll talk to you when I get out of here. We got Bubba Wallace, NASCAR legend, and Bush coming up right now.
You see Brendan stroking his hair, which is a sign of nervousness. Of course, he knew Tyson was looking at him. And don't get it twisted, Brendan is finally tuned into the internet and how everyone feels about him. One of his main jobs is YouTube. So Brendan would have most definitely have seen this narrative around that situation. And even if hypothetically he didn't see Mike Tyson standing right there in front of him, he will have seen the clip, which brings us to his podcast that he did yesterday, where he doubles down on the fact that he would beat Mike Tyson in a fight.
It's like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, man. I'm trying to be cool. But if you know anything about fighting,
Mike Tyson would know that.
He knows
now,
that.
if you put on gloves in his prime, obviously you're going to sleep.
No, I'm talking right now. If he walked in here,
if it's fighting,
it wouldn't last over a minute.
Well, you'd grab his legs and then it'd be a situation.
It's so stupid.
It's no disrespect to the great.
No,
Mike
but I
Tyson.
think as people grew up on him and like, oh, he was the scariest man in the world. Yes, when he was 19, that guy was a monster. Still not top 5, but he was a monster. But when it comes to actual like fighting, we just have a different set of skills.
Correct.
It's no disrespect. It's stupid.
No.
So we get what Brendan's saying, and as easy as it is to get blinded by our own dislike for Brendan, I don't really hate anyone, but I can understand why he gets the hate. But considering all that, when you just look at the argument for what it is, he's an MMA fighter, he's got more skills than Tyson, he's a bit younger than Tyson, he's bigger than Tyson. Could Brendan Schaub beat Mike Tyson in a street fight? Well, it depends. Maybe 5 times out of 10 Tyson would win, maybe 5 times out of 10 Brendan would win. If we're talking about both fighters in the prime, no rules, in a cage, can do whatever you want, usually you would side with the MMA fighter just because they've got more ways of getting the job done. It's a solid argument, but once again, he's saying no disrespect, but I'd beat Tyson, and 100% that can be interpreted as disrespect based on who Mike Tyson is. Now, also the opposite is true. If we're talking about fighting in a cage or on the street, whatever, Tyson, in his prime, could he KO Brendan? Yeah. How about now, though? Brendan Schaub is 42 years old, Mike Tyson is 59 years old. We seen Tyson in that Jake Paul fight. He didn't look too great, to be honest. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries over the years. He's had bad sciatica problems. He's had ulcers in his stomach. Even if we pretend it's not Brendan and it's just some other 42-year-old former UFC heavyweight against an almost 60-year-old Mike Tyson with back problems, I don't think that argument is too ridiculous, to be honest. But a lot of people don't like this Mike Tyson disrespect. I get it, because it kind of shows that you're not humble. Now, I found this next clip very interesting because we just watched the clips of that live stream where Brendan was blatantly disrespecting Mike Tyson multiple times over. And then on this podcast yesterday, Brendan talks about how one of the football players who they were doing a live stream with was disrespecting Mike Tyson, and that Brendan was saying to this football player, don't poke the bear, lad. It was you. You was poking the bear. Listen to this.
I remember when me and DC were hosting that Super Bowl show with Mike Tyson, and that Brandon Marshall, who's a great receiver for the Broncos, it was like kept fucking with Tyson, and DC was like, buddy, you're poking the wrong bear and you can't fight.
No.
I know you think you can fight. He's like, me and Brendan would be fine, but you're going to get fucked up, dude.
100%.
Like Mike Tyson's, and he kept like poking the bear, like making fun of him in his shoes.
Really?
And you could tell Mike Tyson was like, fuck this, dude. We went on break. He's like, who the fuck is that?
Brandon Marshall,
yeah,
the big guy, handsome guy.
Huge, yeah. Great
stud.
receiver. Yeah, stud. Good podcaster too.
Yes.
But DC told him like, hey, bud, you don't have mine and Brendan's skill set, man. You're going to get fucked up. You keep poking that
You don't
bear.
speak this language.
No, bud.
Yeah, that guy. I like him.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall's awesome.
Great.
Was a great receiver.
And a crazy athlete.
What a switch up. Brendan, that didn't happen. DC checked you. I think because it was 4 years ago, Brendan must be thinking that people forgot that clip. That's why I wanted to include it, to remind everyone. And it's like he's trying to change the narrative and change history. So it's a little bit delusional. But I want you guys to jump in the comments and expand on this argument a little bit more. Brendan Schaub versus Mike Tyson, both in the prime and both now, currently. Who would win in a street fight or a no-rules cage fight? And if you like this YouTube video, YouTube thinks you'll like this one. Or you can check out my new tune over here. It's not for everyone, but if you like raw, underground, aggressive hip-hop, then I think it might be up your street. Oh yeah, and I've also got a fitness channel down here. Damn, too many channels. This YouTube game is getting a little bit difficult. Nice one for all the love and support recently, boys. Appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one.